Hi, this is Elaine Elefante Liano, and I'm the president of Eastlake Educational Foundation. This is the Spotlight in Education podcast, and today we have Dianne Huslin, and she is the new principal at Eastlake High School. Yay!
Thank you for having me.
And I'm going to ask you just a few kind of calling rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm ready.
You're ready?
Ready.
Okay. So, where did you go to school?
So, as a child, I grew up in Pico Rivera, California, a little suburb of Los Angeles. I went to El Rancho High School. And then I went right from the city into the gorgeous woods of UC Santa Cruz and spent 4 years there.
It's very pretty over there.
Yeah, came back and actually started teaching at the school that I graduated from high school.
Oh, how cool is that?
Yes, so all my favorite teachers were still there, and it was really a neat experience.
And what subjects did you teach?
I was a biology major, but at that time they hired me to teach English, bilingual math, and physical science. But then the following year, I got back into biology.
Wow, my goodness. They really gave you a challenging first year assignment.
Yes.
So tell us about what your favorite book that you either recently have read or in your past. Do you have a favorite book that you've read?
Interesting question, because there's a lot of books that we read because, we have to. But the one that I think about the most is a book called The Four Agreements. And it really talks about how to approach life. And it's very helpful as a principal always, because the four agreements are: be impeccable with your word, do what you say and say what you mean. Also, don't take anything personally. A lot of what people do have more to do with what's going on with them than with you. And then don't make assumptions about a person just because you see them some way. There might be more to their story than you know about. And then the last one is always do your best. And on some days that might look different than on other days.
That's so true. And I had to tell you, that's one of my favorites too. It's been a while since I've read it, but you just reminded me how great that book is. How about a favorite food?
Oh, yeah, I like food. So tacos are always great. I love Mediterranean food, Italian food, Cuban food. Yes, so food is good. Anything.
Okay. And then what do you like to do in your spare time?
Well, I love to garden and landscape. I love to ride my motorcycle out in the country. Oh. I like to run. I run a lot of half marathons, and keeps me in shape. And then sometimes I watch TV, but then I'll fall asleep in 5 minutes. I'm notorious for that. So those are the things that relax me and just kind of make me happy and bring me to peace.
I've always admired your commitment to your to running all the time. So is there something that you would like to share with the community when you reflect back on your school, something that made you really happy that you'd like to share?
Looking back at all my school years, I loved being a kid back in the 70s, because it seemed like we were always outside getting dirty, and there wasn't a lot of technology, although, technology is great and everything, but it didn't distract us from doing all the great things outside. In high school, I had a really great experience with my wonderful teachers there. And then in college, just being away from somewhere, from the city, and being in Santa Cruz really opened my eyes to a lot of things that are out there that I wouldn't have experienced if I had stayed at home. So those kinds of things were really neat to me.
Awesome. Santa Cruz is absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
So I can see why you chose that as your college education. So is there anything else you'd like to add that you'd like the community to know about you?
I really am excited to be here. I love high school, and so I participate in all the dress-up days and all the activities. I am not afraid to be silly in front of, in an assembly in front of the kids. Today was college day, which is why I'm wearing this shirt and not something fancy. But I really enjoy being at a high school, and so I really hope that that shows, and just being present, being around the kids, being around the teachers, and it really makes everything worth it just to have that enjoyment in my job.
And I just have to share that I've seen a lot of your on social media, a lot of your spirit at your previous school. So it's just awesome. So it's fun to see that.
Oh, yes. I made it clear with the new admin that it's not optional to dress up. It's required. And we're also going to do some kind of dance or skit for the assembly at one point.
Woohoo!
Yes.
All right. So, if you could have a personal conversation with students at Eastlake High, what would you talk about?
So I see so many opportunities for our students. There's so many things both on campus and off campus that are available to them that weren't necessarily available to me growing up. And I would like them to know to take advantage of all the opportunities. Try something new. You won't find your passion if you don't try things out. And so one of the things that I wished I had in high school was girls wrestling. That's something that's recent. And I was like, oh my God, I could have taken out all my energy on the mat at school instead of my brothers at home. I was the youngest, by the way, but I was really rough. So there's girls wrestling, there's the Titan bot. There's so many different things to join that are so exciting.
Eastlake has a lot to offer our students.
Yes.
So glad that you're joining the staff. So during your time here at Eastlake High, what are some of the hopes and dreams that you have for Eastlake High?
Well, Eastlake High is already a special, wonderful place. And so I really just want to join the community and do my part to leave it better than when I found it. And so I'm taking a look at all the things that can be, fixed up, whether it's a physical buildings, the landscape and all that, and really making it a really shining star in the community, just an appearance, and then on all the protocols, all the systems and everything. So I just want to leave that when it is time for me to go. Hopefully not soon. Okay.
Well, thank you, Miss Huslin. So this ends our Spotlighting Education series. So I thank you for joining us, and I hope you have an awesome year.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.